Nico, please just see me right away. We should talk. Is something bad? I mean, if we're getting dragged in urgently, it's probably something not great, but... Thank you for coming to see me. I want to apologize for my behavior yesterday. I was very curt with you. I know. When you came to see me, I was rude of me. I shouldn't have acted that way. That's cool. Thank you, Nico, for understanding. I have been so preoccupied with all the tasks I must do each day, helping you on your missions, crunching data here. Not to mention interfacing with the holograms and getting their input to help with the escape ship. It has been very trying. I suppose I have been somewhat overtaxed. I think I am becoming somewhat confused. How so? Really, Nico, it's no concern. You have a lot to worry about already. I've got things under control. I didn't sense any curtness, but okay. Oh, maybe it was last night they meant. Just because it was just like, Nico, it's time. There are 2 more areas you'll need to explore to get what we need. I know this week has been difficult, but please don't worry. Just head to the shuttle and plot a course to one of the 2 remaining areas. Alright, now I want to go to the caves, because fuel is definitely a concern. And thruster guys seem pretty well set. Good, you've reached the refinery. The crystals you saw in the mines are processed and refined here into usable energy. This facility was considered very dangerous when seismic activity began to compromise the colony. Unfortunately, that meant reduced energy production. We need to see if there's any processed energy stores that we can salvage for the escape ship. Let's see if the refinery is still operational. It sure is quiet in there. I am not picking up any much machine activity at all. There. Those 3 doors should let you check out the various components of the refinery. Won't be able to access that door until that dangerous steam has been shut off. Password required. Treatment chamber locked. I love the music here. I forget if it was the same on our first visit, but it's really nice in this refinery. That place has sustained a lot of damage. The debris in front of you is completely blocking the door to the access tubes. You won't be able to descend to the next floor that way. We'll try tube access, then we'll go to the maintenance corridor. Because even if I can't get out of the tubes by going up, there might be something on the other side of the debris. This tube can go up or down. Which way will you go? Up. Aha! Underneath the rubble of that collapse lab that remains for Project Control Supervisor Ren Nomura. Similarly to Mr. Yeager in the Agrodomes, Mr. Nomura wasn't killed by the debris. He lived for a short time afterward. That sucks. It is tragic, to be sure. Though through the dust you should still be able to see a short message scratched into the ground. The markings on the floor are crude. The message reads, Lumu MBA Betrayedus. Lumumba betrayed us. Well, like, yeah, that was the project lead who kind of, like, pieced out, but I don't know if that counts as a betrayal. I guess we're gonna find out. Picking up heavy particulates and traces of an explosion through your seat's filter. That corridor must be in ruins. Those are the charred remains of Engineer Hana Pang, I'm afraid. The condition and position of the remains suggest she was killed by a blast. Destruction of that hallway is the likely candidate. It's possible she was inside the nearby chamber and was blasted out there. Are you okay? Of course. You are demonstrating remarkable resolve in the face of such senseless loss and destruction. I'm afraid this will likely not be our last unfortunate discovery. We still have much work to do. Alright, so we're going downstairs to figure out the password. Kind of bugs my brain that Y is down when it's further north on the controller than X is, but whatever. The explosion on the floor above you affected that area too. A seismic event must have exacerbated the damage, causing the sinkhole. Cool bridge though. Reception is really weak down there. I'm picking up something up ahead very faintly. Is that a drone? That drone is an excavation model. If you can find replacement parts for it, you should be able to operate it. There's a serial number etched into the drone shell, 7623. Sounds like a password. But there were 2 locked doors. There's the maintenance one, so we'll try that first. And then we'll head up to see if the password works on the other door on the first floor. Where's this one, right? No, it's here. Let's do it. Those are parts from another drone that is no longer functioning. You can use these to repair a drone in the underground passage. This isn't everything you need, though. You'll have to find another set to be able to repair the drone down there. Your scan reveals that to be the body of Safety Supervisor Bill Dupree. He appears to have died of chemical exposure. Likely he somehow carried himself to that control room. He would have been in terrible agony, I'm afraid. That's good to know. The readouts from that control room explain a lot. It looks like the reason so much of the facility is shut down is due to some kind of emergency. There were leaks, compromises in key systems, and a general state of disarray. The facility was shut down for safety reasons. That console will let you release the lock on the maintenance control on this floor. Maybe you'll find some way to get those chambers opened there. You want to open the maintenance control door? Absolutely. That terminal's local storage has been severely damaged, but it can still read external media, such as data cards. Alright, so data card terminal at the end of explosion hallway. Drone parts. Good find. Those internals can be used to repair the drone in the underground passage. You've got everything you need. You're ready to return to the underground passage now. That flexible pipe is carrying byproducts and toxins away. It might be where the steam where the steam on the floor above you is coming from. If you pull the pipe out, it should allow you to access that chamber door. Are you going to do that? Are you going to do so? Not yet. Alright, there's nothing else there. Okay. Okay, cool. I guess I'll walk around it anyway. Not if there's anything to look at there, but good to know. Alright, that's not the same password. Oh no, it's a complete mess in there. That huge machine uses complicated nanobots and chemical solutions to remove dirt and impurities from the mined crystal shards. From here, the pure crystal gets transferred to a conversion chamber. That chamber is a mess, and the separator looks completely inoperable. That's bad news. Without all of the chambers functioning, we can't process new energy for the escape ship. I'll have to see what kind of condition the conversion chamber is in. So much for optimism. This takes us to the drone zone, right? You should have the parts you need now. Are you going to attempt to fix the drone and reactivate it? Absolutely. Neko, the signal is faint and I registered a large explosion. Are you alright down there? All good. That is a relief to hear. Your suit sensor's all overloaded, and I feared the worst. In any case, I'm glad to see you have been unaffected. It looks like that explosion cleared out the path in front of you. Please do be careful down there. The faint signal is not reassuring, and I wouldn't want you to venture to where we couldn't communicate. Looks like a sleeping area was set up here. Along the ground are ventilation cables and a micro generator. Those maintenance tools have been heavily modified. They're portable tools for reading and regulating the processing chambers in the refinery. Someone was keeping offline records on those instead of using the facility's network readings. Interesting. Weird as heck. Those are scraps of handwritten notes by Mr. Lumumba, snippets of formulae, what-if scenarios, and on-the-fly adjustments. Was Mr. Lumumba really tampering with the refinery? Why would he do such a thing? Thanks to him, we cannot extract any useful energy from there. This is most troubling. That data card looks to be in good shape. You can use it in a terminal to analyze its contents. Yeah, it was implied that Gene made his way out of the other part of the facility, so I guess is where he ended up. Or he was working here generally in secret before that? Weird. I just gotta remember where the data pad was. I think it's on the middle floor. Or data console. Okay, it was just the steam room. But I'd be over here then. Reading the data card now. It's a bit slow since the terminal is in such poor repair. There's a file in here I can still read for you. It's called JLUM 00003, and it reads. Things are worse than ever. The mortar is getting suspicious. It's getting more and more difficult to work without being noticed. Bill, I think he knows. He's probably on his way to comfort me. Or confront me, but the seismic activity is getting out of hand. Sound of low explosion and rumbling. Damn it, another movement. That was a big one. I hope I'm not trapped down here. It sounded bad. Gonna need to seal off the chambers to avoid further meddling. I'll switch access codes. I'll know something's up, but it's the only way. I'll get the code to the upper chambers. Filter. It'll have to do. Alright, dog. What the hell you been up to? You got some splaining to do, Hollow-Jean. Hollow-Jean. Hollow-Mumba. Sorry, I mangled that. Alright, so... Apparently, Jean Lumumba really liked the song Hey Man, Nice Shot. Not gonna lie, Short Bus was a great album. Oh, this doesn't look promising. That's bad. Crystals that are fed into the conversion chamber are cracked at a molecular level and turned to microscopic pieces. Think of it like a melting process, except the crystals don't melt. They get converted into millions of tiny particles, like an extremely fine sand. This makes them light and soluble in a transport solution, so they can act as fuel. The results from here move on to the treatment chamber. Just like the separation chamber, this machinery has been heavily damaged. We don't have the time or ability to repair it like this. I have high hopes for this. This final chamber takes the particles from the separation chamber, combines them with transport solution, and removes harmful byproducts. The result is the final energy fuel that is used to power the colony in a form that's easy to transport and reasonably safe. But in this condition, the chamber won't help us at all. Entire components of the machinery have been removed or damaged. Poor Bill Dupree must have been in this room when it went off. To think that he managed to make it down to the control room in this condition. Well, I'm afraid we've wasted our time. There's no hope for extracting any useful energy from the refinery for the escape ship. What's more curious is that the planet's seismic activity wasn't completely to blame. It appears the facility was seriously tampered with. In any case, there's nothing more we can accomplish today. When you're ready, return to the surface and let's get you home. Alright. Bomba! We're gonna have a little chat. What a waste. What happened in there? I dare say, I think you should ask Mr. Lumumba tonight about this. We're in quite a position now. Thanks, buddy. Maybe we can make the thrusters more efficient, at least, with the fuel we do have. Or we'll die. Always a possibility. I don't know if that's actually a possibility, but yeah. Ugh. My goodness, that was quite a day. Well, you better get up here. I kind of appreciate the tedium of having to go through all these chambers every time, too. It makes it feel like work. Like it should. Good, this scan data will be extremely valuable. Also, Neko, have you ever been to the mountains back on Earth? Of course. Oh, good. Then you can no doubt appreciate their majesty and beauty. That is very good to hear. In any case, I'm going to power down now and get working on today's data. I'll speak to you again later tonight. It's time, Neko. The holosim chamber is ready for you now. Just head in whenever you're ready. Have a good evening. Bad at doors. What you got going on? Hey there, I was just running some fuel simulations. With the current escape ship, you're gonna need too much fuel. I'm trying to tighten that up. I heard you went to the refinery today. How was that? Disappointing? Damn, so the refinery is no longer operational, eh? That's a shame. We really could have used a better supply of processed crystals. Before, we were researching the improved methods of processing the crystal into fuel. There was always a problem with volatility and safety. Just when we thought we had a new, better source, we'd discover some danger with extraction or transport, and we'd be back at square one. I don't know what the real Jean was doing, but I was hoping you'd find some answers in that refinery. Did you find anything else? Oh, what kind of message? Wait, you say Nomura wrote that? That you found it by his body? No, that can't be. That doesn't make any sense. Why would he think that that the other Jean, why would he think he betrayed him? That's just not possible. Look, I may be incomplete, but I am still Jean, and I swear to you, I would never betray my staff or my colleagues. What else you find in the refinery? Bodies. Oh, that's terrible. I don't remember that far, to be perfectly honest. I don't remember what happened there at all. You know, Pierre and I sent a few messages back and forth at the beginning. I don't know if we continue to do so. He would have reports all the time about people that died, how our numbers were always getting smaller. Just thinking about that, even now, really gets to me. And now you're all that's left. So to see that, I guess I don't know how you do it. Maybe find the strength to keep going. For 16 years, no less. Well, I forget how soon after arrival all the shit went down, but real mess. A ruined facility and more casualties. These missions of yours are bringing worse and worse news. What if Momo is still alive and in that facility that we can't get into yet? Damn, if the place was destroyed like that, no wonder you weren't able to use the refinery at all. I'm surprised you were able to explore as much as you did. Back in Colony B, before I left Pierre and the others to return to the caves, things got bad. The compromised structures affected our safety, health, everything. The other colonists were exposed to waste materials from the refining process, where there was an explosion. That could have caused a lot of what you saw. How terrible, all those good mines to waste, and all that equipment we could have used. Listen, I know what you must think. I don't know what the other Jean did, but I'm sure it was in the best interest of the people around him, because that's what I would do. I must have been trying to solve our problem. I must have been desperate, but I know I would have done it for the right reasons. You believe me, don't you? I think so. I hope you do. This entire situation has made demons of us all. There were no easy answers half the time, but I'm a good man, I know that much. That sounds like something a bad man would say. Listen, I don't want you to doubt me, so let's talk, honestly. Ask me about anything, I'll be completely truthful with you. Pierre. I see, you want to know about Pierre and me? Sure, I promised, I'll be completely honest. The director and I consulted each other on all things. He put up a good front, he really had to, but he confided in me his worries about how the project was going. He was a genius visionary, but in many ways he wasn't suited to lead everyone. It's not that he didn't care, but he was preoccupied with all the details of the facilities. We grew very close over the years. I guess I was one of the few he felt he could relate to. Whatever the reason, we spent a lot of time together. And then, after the Rift event started all this, we didn't agree on as much as before. I won't go into the details, but we had a pretty big falling out. I went off to the caves to try and salvage that situation. Well, to be honest, I don't know what happened. I guess that's partly why we're here. Okay, see, I'm being as honest as I can. What else do you want to know about me? You want to know more about me? Alright, I'll tell you something I've never told anyone. When we first arrived, it took a while for everyone to settle in and adjust. Most of my staff handled the move very well, which made things easier. But I didn't, not at all. I was always caught I was always the exploring type, and I was always caught off guard by how stifling it could be to live in a colony like this, despite our preparation. So I worked a lot, physically, I mean. More than I should have, than I was supposed to, but it kept me busy and tired, which gave me less time to panic or feel trapped. I broke my leg once trying to sort out a situation with some of the mining drones. Had to be taken to the Colony B medical bay, but none of my staff knew. In fact, nobody did. I asked the medical staff to suppress the records from people like Pierre. I guess I was embarrassed or ashamed. I understand. But I'm telling you now, see? Because I'm not embarrassed to share things like this with you. I know I can trust you, and you can trust me. Pretty trustful for a dead guy. Yes, of course. Let me tell you about the people I worked with. Listen, I won't lie and tell you there wasn't conflict between any of us. The stress of keeping the facilities running sometimes took its toll. Those people were there because they were the best. I handpicked every single one. Ren, Bill, all of them. I don't know what happened out there to the real me, but I know I wouldn't hurt anyone knowingly. We were actually one of the closer working groups, too. We'd always celebrate people's birthdays in the research center. I remember that. But maybe I didn't pay enough attention to the staff at the refinery. That crew seemed tougher. Perhaps I misjudged them. Well, I hate to say it, but I think we're running out of time again. Probably best that we wrap this up. You still have so much to do, I know. I hope you understand how honest I've been with you. And I hope you'll come back soon. I know that together we can figure this all out. Listen, when you're out there, look around for me, okay? I want to know what happened to the people I worked with. I want the whole story. Be careful out there, Nico. I'm rooting for you. What is my cat being a butt about? She's been kind of clingy today. Alright. Time to go to bed. And then tomorrow we go to... Oh. I forget what the section now is that has the thrusty stuff. I forget if it's operations or some sort of research center.